Most of us would like a better balance in life. Somewhere between our work and our home, we want some sort of equilibrium that lets us be successful at work and at home. And what does that look like? So we're talking about that today. 3 things that you can do to get really clear and aligned around creating a balance for yourself. I'm Tabitha Person. I am an executive coach and CEO and founder of Integrate Coaching, Consulting, and Leadership Development. And today we're talking about 3 things that you can do in order to create a better balance. So I don't know where you land on the spectrum of work-life balance. It's definitely opposing views that have surfaced, especially since the pandemic. For some people, they believe that you cannot have a work-life balance. And for others, they fervently believe that you can create a work-life balance. Here's where I land on the subject. I believe that balance is created as a result of assigning value to your priorities. And what I mean by that is first taking the time to determine what are your priorities in rank order, and then assigning the amount of time and effort around that to achieve a better balance. And so it's not about taking the blocks of your day, say your waking hours, 16 hours, and having 4 things that you view as the priority for the day and giving every one of them 4 hours, right? That might not be the best strategy. However, what's the most important thing that you need to do today, and how long is it gonna take, how much effort, and then assigning value to that particular task creates a better balance. There are 3 things that I want us to keep in mind as we think about what we need to do to create a better balance in life. And the first one is really get clear about who you are. Who you are, what are your aspirations, what's your purpose here on the earth. And I know sometimes we want to gloss over it because it seems like it takes too much effort or it's too overwhelming to think about, but it is critical that you think about what your purpose is in order to lead a well-balanced life. When you know your purpose, then you can prioritize effectively and you can be fluid in the moment, always coming back to what your purpose is and what the main thing is when life changes seasons on you. Because you're rooted in purpose, you know who you are, you can always come back to that. The second thing to do is to really get clear about what you want. What are you doing now? I would encourage you to write those things down. What are you doing now? And then set it aside what you view as your purpose. Is there alignment? And that is key. Are the things that you're doing now aligning with your values at its core and your purpose and your aspirations? If not, then there's room to change that. What do you want to be different in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next year? So thinking about what you want will guide your strategy and your action plan, which leads me to number 3. The third thing that you want to do to get clear and aligned so that you have better balance is to really make a plan that's going to move you forward. Since you have now determined, who you are, what's your purpose, and what you'd like to see differently, now it's time to make a plan. And what I would encourage you around the plan, though, before you get started, is to really get a handle on your mindset, because setting goals are very easy, but implementing the goals, executing the goals, requires some strategy and some systems in order to be effective. So get a handle on your mindset, because what you want may cause you to shiver a little bit because it could be so huge. But once we learn that it is possible and to give voice to that, then we can battle those insecurities that may come up, and we can create a plan around next steps to move forward. With all that said, I will say we can have better balance. It comes down to really knowing our purpose, really knowing what we want, having the ability to make a plan, and prioritizing our efforts in order to move in the direction that we ultimately want to arrive at. So if this has been helpful for you, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you would like more content and more resources to come straight to your email inbox, you can click the link and I'll put it in the description. It's tabithaperson.com/subscribe. Have a good day.